All right, Shalom. Oh boy, back at it once again. Let me raise this up so. Already getting a stare down by the Edomites, which is cool. Love it. Yeah, boy. I guess it burns them up when they see me. Anyway, let's give all praise to the Most High, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Peace to the hopeful elect of Israel. Double honor to the apostles, the elders, and brethren, the great millstone for teaching His truth all around the earth. Right? To all the like-minded brothers who are preaching the same gospel throughout the four corners of the earth, and to you few sisters out there who believe in the gospel of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, say you all Shalom. I'm your brother Atazawan Bayah. Gonna bring another camp edition. Okay, and it's a scorcher today. Okay, not only today, but all week it's been upper 90s, man. You see? And by the color of this head and face, you know, I've been out in the sun. I'm right ruddy. Okay, red all over, seem like. Okay, so anyway, to all you Negroes, Latinos, Native, and Seminole Indians, you make up the 12 tribes of the children of Israel scattered all across the earth pursuant to the curse. And if you've been listening to the Hebrew Israelites for any time now, you know where to find that in the scriptures. And if you don't, and you have a phone, a smartphone, look it up, okay? I'm gonna jump right into it because this has been a very busy week for me, and as it has been for the brothers that you see who are producing every single day, right? If they can, and those who come out and deal with the elements on a weekly basis. Some guys, some brothers, Salakia, some brothers do it twice a week, okay? Lord willing, you know, if time permits, they do it, right? And then you have what? Your newly Israelite slug who sits in a corner and does absolutely nothing but go on, and I'm gonna have to get my vexation and my rant out first, okay? So bear with me, okay? You have newly Israelite brothers, right? And some of the women who are listening, right? You haven't been converted yet, but you sure got a lot to say in your own little corner, okay? You continue to mock and scoff, and then you continue to criticize the men who are actually putting forth the effort, okay? Putting forth the effort to bring into light the scriptures that you don't know, and to help you to understand your condition and your situation and what you must do, right? You got people out there who are sitting back thinking that they're entitled to be spoon-fed, and then when they don't like it, you know, they cuss you out. They unlike your video, or they unsubscribe to your page. I don't like him. I don't like the way he preaches. I'm not gonna listen to him no more. You see? I thought he was all right. Now I'm gonna unsubscribe. Nobody cares, okay? Nobody cares. This is for the elect of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Okay, if you don't like the words that come out, you can do one real easy, simple thing. Don't watch. Nobody needs your comment. Nobody needs you to unlike. Nobody needs you to unsubscribe. Nobody needs you to do any of that shit. Just don't watch. That's real easy. It takes no effort at all to turn it off or go to something else. Okay? The men of the Lord are out here sighing and crying, okay, to do the Lord's work, to help to seal it. Well, we're not doing it, but through the Spirit, seal the elect. Okay? And I'm sick and tired of you fucking standbyers who don't lift a finger to do anything. You don't teach. You won't go out on the street. You don't give. Okay? I'm not giving nothing to nobody I don't know. Don't give then. Shut up. That's all you got to do. Shut up and take your ass back to the fucking world and stay there. It's not real hard. Getting sick of this shit. All right? And Salakia, Lord willing, that's I don't like for my mouth to go that way, but sometimes that happens. This is Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions and the house of Jacob their sins. And you're getting upset because we're showing you, or the men of the Lord who are out here making a sacrifice are showing you what you're doing wrong, and you got a problem with it. Okay? You have a problem with that. Now, obviously, I'm not talking to the brothers and sisters, but those that, you know, you going from page to page to page to page. You see? Taking your little fucking pot shots at people, at the brothers. Okay? Now, back to Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, spare not. The Lord says, spare not. We don't care about your feelings. It's time for you to tighten up. Either you get on board with this, the truth of the gospel, or just stay here and die. That's all you have to do. You got a choice laying before you. As the Lord said, paraphrase, he put before you life and he put before you death. Choose life, but if you choose not to do that, go ahead and die. Next scripture. Now I just want to get this part of how things are out of the way, okay? Because there's gonna come a time you're gonna be fresh out of luck. You're gonna be fresh out of luck. When the shit hits the fan, you're gonna be shit out of luck. And you think just because they open this place back up, oh, see, them guys don't know what they talking about. The Bible don't say that. Look at where everything is. Look how everything's going. We back to traveling. We can go wherever we want. I don't have to wear a mask no more because they can't ask me whether I'm fully vaccinated or not. When your ass was scared, you go on YouTube and you searching to get some answers. But now that you think everything is all good, now you back to your evil, wicked ways. Jake is fucking scatterbrained. This is Ezekiel chapter 9, and I'm going to start at verse 2. And behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate, which lieth toward the north, and every man a slaughter weapon in his hand. And one man among them was clothed with linen, with the writer's inkhorn by his side. And they went in and stood beside the brazen altar. And the glory of the Most High of Israel was gone up from the cherub, whereupon he was to the threshold of the house, and he called to the man clothed in linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side, And verse 4, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Verse 5, and to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin what? At my sanctuary. There's a lot of you gonna be put to death. Point blank. Tired of this shit, man. You know, the Lord said that the kingdom is at hand. When you see all these different signs and these things that are going on in the earth, you better start preparing yourself. We'll go to Matthew 24. Okay, and it reads, and I'm gonna jump to verse 8. All these are the beginnings of sorrow. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended. And when you folks out there, you hear the truth, and it's something that you don't like, you get offended. Okay? Because why? Because you've been conditioned by Esau, Edom, aka the white man. Okay? You've been conditioned to believe in that soft, wicked religion of Christianity. Okay? A religion which is different from your heritage. This is your heritage. Okay? But you believe that more than the truth, right? So when you hear the truth, you get offended. Now that's all spiritual, but nonetheless, you get offended when you hear the truth. Verse 10 again, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another, and many false prophets shall arise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, and that's where you are today, iniquity is just abound, plentiful, overrunning. Okay? Jake is in all types of wickedness. Okay? All kinds of idolatry. All kinds of spiritual fornication. Verse 12 again, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, but he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. Right, you got to make it to the end. Okay, verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Okay, this gospel of Yahawashi, this gospel, not no Jesus Christ, this gospel. Not Caesar Borgia. This is the gospel, okay? So we're gonna quickly look at, you know what, let me go to, And you got to be serious about this, okay? And for the brothers and sisters out there who believe, okay, you know, obviously we're making changes in our lives. You know, we're growing through the Spirit. But I'm talking about all those gainsayers out there right now, all those gainsayers, all them wicked individuals out there who are looking for easy street and thinking all I have to do is just sit back in my chair and criticize those who are actually doing something. Okay? And you go to them churches and what? You select the church, and I've been in all of them, seemed like it. You select the church based on how good the damn choir is. That's how much of a knucklehead Jake is. Whether or not the new building has a cafe in it where you can get your coffee, right? After church and eat crumpets and drink tea, and you know, you want a place for the kids. Kids supposed to be learning from you. You see? This is serious business. We down to serious times. Let me go on. Because this is a sacrifice. When you see the men out there, and we were watching lessons, that's a sacrifice. Do you not think that the men have families? Do you not think that they have children? You know, young children, babies, infants, to adolescents, to high school? Do you think that they, you know what, we don't work jobs? We don't work 50 hours, 60 hours a week, some of us? It's a sacrifice. And we put our heart and soul into this. And you got a lazy, low-level, low-living, low-thinking ass slug nigga sitting in a corner criticizing. Who's not giving anything. This is Luke 5, all right? Starting at the top. And it came to pass that as the people pressed upon him to hear the word of the Most High, he stood by the lake of Gennesaret and saw two ships standing by the lake. But the fishermen were gone out of them and were washing their nets. And he entered into one of the ships, which was Simon's, and prayed him that he would thrust out a little from the land. And he sat down and taught the people out of the ship. Now when he had left speaking, he said unto Simon, launch out into the deep, is written in red. Launch out into the deep and let down your net for a drop. And Simon answered and said unto him, Master, we have toiled all the night and have taken nothing. Nevertheless, so he's listening. He's listening. Peter's at work, doing his job as a fisherman. Nevertheless, at thy word, I will let down the net. And when they had this done, they enclosed a great multitude of fish, and their net brake. And they beckoned unto their partners, which were in the other ship, that they should come and help them. And they came and filled both the ships, so that they began to sink. They caught so much fish. Okay? Verse 8, when Simon Peter saw it, he fell down at Yahawashi's knees, saying, depart from me, for I am a sinful man. Yeah, for having doubt. For I am a sinful man, O Lord. For he was astonished, and all that were with him at the draught of the fishes which they had taken. And so was also James and John, the sons of Zebedee, which were partners with Simon. And Yahawashi said unto Simon, fear not, from henceforth thou shalt catch men. And so the fishers are what? Catching the men of the elect. let's say at this point in time. Okay? And so when the brothers are out there, from the apostles of Great Millstone to all those that hold all the different offices, whether they be bishops, elders, big brothers, so on, all the way down the line. Okay? All those of us who are even on the countrysides, the rural sides, all across the earth. And just because a brother don't have GMS in front of his name does not mean he's not part of the flock. Because, you know, Jake is fucking sometiming. See, you want all the best shit without doing anything. And I once had, and it brings to mind, and I was thinking about this, I was thinking about it on the way over here. I had a so-called white man one day, this was some time ago. I was at a car dealership, and he said to me, and I know he was probably afraid that he would offend me, but he said to me, "Can I ask you something?" I said, "Yeah, go ahead." So he said, I don't mean to be rude, but you know, I get a lot of African Americans that come through this dealership, and you know, I sell them a car or whatever, be it new or used. I can't even remember really whether we were at the used place or the new, but he said both. And he says, I try to help them with their budget and keep them where they'd be comfortable if they got to make payments or what have you. And I'll show them a really nice car. You know, cars come now, and I hate the experience of buying a car now. It's not like it was many years ago. About buying a car, you have, even if it's a luxury brand, you have what's called a base model, right? And it has probably 80% of the goodies in it, right? And nowadays, what, Bluetooth, backup camera, so on and so forth, power everything, right? And then you have, what, the luxury level. You might have an executive series, and then you have a limited edition, and then you have platinum, right? He says, why is it like they won't accept a base model when it's right in there, it's fully, the car is basically fully equipped, but they won't even accept the base. They gotta have a top rung, and they can't afford it. You know? And that's our people. Yeah, we are glorious people. We like nice stuff, sure. You know? But then there's always those slugs who want something for nothing. And then get in their feelings when they can't get it. You know, or make a stink over it because they can't get it. That's our people. And that's how you are today, still, even when it comes to the gospel. Oh, I ain't gonna do this and I ain't gonna do that. I ain't giving no money to no men I don't know, and all these different things. Here you are receiving the good news and it ain't cost you a damn dime. And what you give according to what the Spirit of the Lord put on you. So you don't worry about that. But some of you are just so got blasted rebellious that you're not going to give anything. Well, the Lord knows my heart. And here you see Peter working. The Lord told him something. And nonetheless, he said, nevertheless, he'll do what he told him. And look at what the Lord did, right? Brought in a multitude of fish that their nets broke. But some of you are so wicked, you know, you're so stingy, and you're a whiner and a complainer. And you sit back and do nothing. Verse 8 again. And Simon Peter saw it and fell down at Yahawashi's knees, saying, Depart from me, for I am a sinful man, O Lord. For he was astonished, and all that were with him, and even the others who were working with him were astonished. And all that were with him at the draught of the fish, which they had taken. And so was also James and John, the sons of Zebedee, which were partners with Simon. And Yahawashi said unto them, Fear not, from henceforth thou shalt catch men. And when they had brought their ships to land, they what? Forsook all and followed him. You see? They forsook all. All. That means houses, as it says in the other scripture. Paraphrasing. Houses, brethren, wives, children. If you're not serious about it, you need to just watch something else. That's all I can say. You think that this is some kind of pastime. And those out there, you know, by now, if they was ever listening, or if they ever listened to this, they probably would never watch it to the end. Because Lord willing, you cut in the spirit, and I hope you do turn off. Go ahead, do it. Because that just means it ain't for you anyway. We don't have any time to hold your hand any longer. That's it. That's it, man. That's it. So anyway, let's go on. I want to touch on something else, right? Because we cover a lot of different things sometimes. Sometimes you just, Spirit will let you know what to go into. Salaki. As I look up something else. You got great men, man, great brothers out here, the apostles, the elders, got all these great big brothers, man. You couldn't ask for anything more. I don't see where you could. I can't see where you could ask for anything more. But Jake like them wicked churches and like them wicked lying-ass preachers. Let's go over to Matthew 23 quickly. I'll just go over there and we'll read just a couple of verses out of that, okay? This is where Yahawashi was getting on these wicked leaders, okay? And we'll just read a couple of verses that I want to get at. Let's drop down to, this is Matthew 23. Let's drop down to verse 25. Well, start at 23. Let's start at 23. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightiest matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone. Ye blind guides, which strain at a gnat and swallow a camel. Okay? Yeah, you make a big thing out of nothing. Okay? 25, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you may clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess. And that's how these preachers are today. Okay? All these people who still belong to John, what's his name? Is it John? What's that guy's name? Well, yeah, he's one of them. John Hagee, Olsen, whatever his, Olstein, whatever his, John, what is his name? I don't know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Olsen, whatever his name is. T.D. Snakes. Creflo Steele-Dollar. Joyce Myers. Paula White. I don't know, is that dude Benny Hinn still around? What's the other one? John Avancini. I don't know if he's still living or not. All them televangelists. Because Jake listened to them because they well, you give your money to them, you don't know them. You ain't never met them before. Because why? Because you think you could get something back. Because they promised you that you would get something back. Right? But you get nothing. You're doing it to try to get gain. There's no sincerity in that. It's wicked anyway, but that's the point of the scripture. Wicked leaders looking what? For tithe, for money, for substance. Which is extortion. And what? And as it says at the end, and excess. They want to live in excess, but wicked Jake, he don't mind giving that money. Right? You'll give to them, but the men who are really out here laboring and don't ask for nothing, the apostles who've labored for 30 years plus years, start with Apostle Tahar on down, laboring for 30 some odd years, day in, week in, week out, day in, day out. These are the men who are our spiritual teachers. And we don't ask for nothing. We got jobs, right? We work. But a nigga got a right to complain, I know. Salaki, I didn't mean to digress. Let's go back to verse 25 again. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye make clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess. Thou blind Pharisees, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also. And I'll stop right there. Okay? Draw your conclusion to it. What Yahawashi is saying. And see, a lot of folks, you know, they just real happy now, you know, and I've seen it throughout the week. You know, how even in the place where I do my slavery, people are all excited. They going on vacation, right? Just this morning I was out in an area where I could see all of the campers on the highway. All of the folks packed up, got all that shit piled up on top of the car, right? Got a trailer behind them. All these types of things. This society wants you to believe that everything is all right. It's not all right. Now there's some who say, well, every week they say the same thing. They keep going over and over and over and over the same old stuff. We heard this before. We heard this before. How many times have you been in your so-called church and heard the same sermon? Right? Did you complain? Did you go up to the pastor? Did you go up to Deacon Smith? Did you complain to him that you preached that 6 months ago? It's for the benefit of the new sheep, as the Savior told Peter, you know, feed his sheep. Feed the lambs. All those that's coming in. Stop complaining and get serious. We're trying to get you to understand who you are, how you're supposed to live, how you're supposed to conduct yourself, and you just won't do it. Not, again, I'll reiterate, not to the brothers and sisters, right? Because we're a work in progress. You have to take that step, you know, and repent. Pray and be sincere. Fast when you can. Follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability while we're here and still in this captivity. Do what you need to do, but keep the Lord, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi first. Pray for strength, pray for mercy. Pray that the Lord increase you spiritually. Not that you should gain anything from this place. This place is done. It's all an illusion, okay? As far as these evildoers are concerned, they trying to make you believe everything. So I'm gonna read something in a minute. They're trying to make you believe that this place is not going down. It's done in the spirit. It's already done in the spirit. There's no changing that. This book is a book of prophecy. You can't change it. I'm gonna read something here, okay? As Paul wrote to Titus, all right? Give you an idea how you're supposed to be conducting yourself even now, right? Because this is obviously the time after Yahawashi has already gone back, okay? And the new folks who were coming in and those who were teaching and preaching, and Paul was their leader, writing his epistles to them, okay? Giving them instruction. Now you say this today, as we do, and certain folk what? Thump their nose at it. Because it ain't sexy, right? It's not appealing. This is Titus 2, all right? I'll start at the top. But speak thou the things. Let me back up. Let me see if I can show this. Hopefully this will come through. And in my Bible, it says, it's like when you step on the sign. It says what? Directions given to Titus, what the gospel teaches. That's what they have here, right? So this is what it teaches. So Paul writes to Titus, it says, but speak thou the things which become sound doctrine. Sound doctrine. Do not the apostles of Great Millstone teach us sound doctrine? Do not the elders and the brothers on down teach sound doctrine? Do not they come straight out of this book? Filter news through the scriptures, filter history through the scriptures, so that you can see it yourself. Identify, reference, okay? Use a bibliography, use all types of different tools, Wikipedia, and Wikipedia will help you get started because you can go down to the references and go find and search those books to get accurate history and find it right in the scriptures. Salaki. Spiderweb. Okay? But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine, that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, and charity, and in patience. Sober is not talking about drinking. It's talking about being of a sound mind, your correct mind. I think the Greek word was soberneo, or something of that effect. You can go in Blue Letter and look it up. Okay, it's not talking about alcohol. Verse 2, that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, and charity, and patience. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things. Okay? And for all you women that, you know, you haven't repented, you still going to these churches and you go by yourself, or you take your kids, you don't have a husband, or you have a husband, he don't go with you. Stop looking for a church to babysit your kid. Right? Number one. Okay? And you supposed to be teaching them. You too busy trying to drop them off at Sunday school so you could get to the malls. So, well, they don't have no malls no more, but get to running your errands or doing whatever you have to do if you don't stay, you know, in the church yourself and go to the whatever service they have. Or you sending your kid, you know, with the kid's grandmother, or you know how they do it. Sending with the kid down the street to live down the street. But see, these are the instructions, right, for those who have repented and heard this gospel and believe in it, right? Have forsaken the things of the world. Verse 3, the aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not giving them much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, same word, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet. Right. What you got out here? Young women today, they all out here flaunting all their stuff, wearing these old tight yoga pants everywhere they go, butt cracks showing, breast all out, you know, taking pictures of themselves in the freaking bathroom in their underwear, posting it on Instagram or Facebook, whatever they do. You know what the young women are doing. Trying to become some kind of celebrity, trying to get some kind of modeling gig or whatever the case may be. Verse 5, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands. Obedient. Look that word up. I ain't going to say it. I ain't going to tell you. To their own husbands, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed. Young men, see, this is instruction for all of us, right? Young men likewise exhort to be sober-minded. Right, don't be mixed up with all this other crap that's in the world. You gotta filter all of that out. You gotta get it out of you, right? Well, the Spirit is gonna do it if you're sincere, and if it's meant for you. Okay. Verse 7, in all things showing ourselves a pattern of good works. Yeah. Jake sitting back in the corner, criticizing. You're supposed to show yourself a good works some kind of way. Don't tell me that the Lord didn't give you something you could do. You might be good at, just for instance, being a mechanic. Maybe there's some brothers in your city, your town, your county, on a country road somewhere, who knows, right? They got car problems. Maybe you can say, hey, brother, I'll help you with your car if you got some problems with it. I'll either fix it for you for nothing or show you how to do it. You get the part and I'll teach you. That way you don't, anything. If you're not called into the ministry, that is. If you're not called to teach, there's other things that you can do. You could give of your time, something. Verse 7 again, in all things showing ourselves a pattern of good works and doctrine showing uncorruptness, gravity, and sincerity. Sound speech that cannot be condemned, right? Instead of being a damn buck-tooth, doggone complainer and heckler. When the Spirit of the Lord is on the brothers and they bringing the scriptures out and they teach it, you want to be a heckler. And that's live in person or on a lesson on YouTube. You want to go on the comment page and be a heckler. Who does that? Who wastes time typing out? And I know, you know, as an ignorant son of a gun, you're hunting and pecking with one finger trying to type it out. Watch me mock this nigga. Verse 8, sound speech that cannot be condemned, that he that is of the contrary part may be ashamed, having no evil thing to say of you. Exhort servants to be obedient unto their own masters. And that's one of those scriptures that Esau Edom used to tell you to be obedient to him so he could, you know, whoop your head, right? That's one of them scriptures that they used to like to pull out. Well, the Lord told you to be obedient to your masters. Okay? And to please them well in all things, not answering again. Not purloining, but showing all good fidelity, that they may adorn the doctrine of the Most High, our Savior, in all things. For the grace of the Most High that bringeth salvation hath appeared to all men, teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lust, we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world. Okay? Yeah, Jake, you're supposed to be doing right in this present world. See? You can't escape the scriptures, man. You can't do it. Verse 13, looking for that blessed hope and the glorious appearance of the great power and our Savior, Yahawashi, who gave himself for us, that he might redeem us from all iniquity and purify unto himself a peculiar people, zealous of good works. These things speak and exhort and rebuke with all authority. Let no man despise thee. Okay? No man despise thee. Okay? And Salakia, you know, I'm not trying to be abrasive, you know, but sometimes you get heated because, you know, you're watching things as they go through the week. I'm pretty much a quiet person in nature, you know. But sometimes, you know, you have to say something, you know. Now, I'm going to read something here from 2nd Esdras chapter 11. And the mysteries are unfolded. Who is Babylon? What is Babylon? Where is Babylon the Great today? Who represents the eagle, right? And who represents the lion? You see? And you learn anything, you should know that. I don't know if I want to read the whole thing, because it might be, I'll read the whole thing, and I've already told you what it is, you know, and go back and read it for yourself, you know. And again, for the benefit of those who might be new, you know, to understand this. We're talking about Yahawashi, we're talking about the mysteries that the Lord had, and the two heads, the Roman empires, okay? One fell, one is still ruling today, which is greater than the past one, okay? That's what you read when you read that. And what the Lord said is going to be the result, the end of it. And there is an end to this place, okay? So I think I'll just bear with me, and I'll read all of it just for the sake of maybe, like I said, somebody new, And go to the Apocrypha, go to 2nd Esdras, chapter 11. Starting at verse 1, it reads, "Then saw I a dream, and behold, there came up from the sea an eagle." Who's the eagle? Right? Look it up. Who has an eagle now? "Then I saw a dream, and behold, there came up from the sea an eagle which had 12 feathered wings and 3 heads. And I saw, and behold, she spread her wings over all the earth, and all the winds of the air blew on her, and were gathered together. And I beheld, and out of her feathers there grew other contrary feathers, and they became little feathers and small. But her heads were at rest. The head in the midst was greater than the other, yet rested it with the residue. Moreover, I beheld, and lo, the eagle flew with her feathers, and reside upon earth, and over them that dwelt therein." Right. Which kingdom is like that? Even, you know, today, talk about today. So you know that the end is swiftly approaching. Okay? Because it reigns over the earth. Okay? Verse 6, "And I saw that all things under heaven was subject unto her, and no man spake against her, no, not one creature upon earth. And I beheld, and lo, the eagle rose upon her talons, and spake to her feathers, saying, Watch not all at once, sleep everyone in his own place, and watch by course, but let the heads be preserved for the last. And I beheld, and lo, the voice went not out of her heads, but from the midst of her body. And I numbered her contrary feathers, and behold, there were 8 of them. And I looked, and behold, on the right side there arose one feather, and reigned over all the earth. And so it was, that when it rained, the end of it came, and the place thereof appeared no more. So the next following stood up and reigned, and had a great time. And it happened that when it rained, the end of it came also, like as the first, so that it appeared no more. Then came there a voice unto it, and said, Hear thou that hast borne rule over the earth so long, this I say unto thee, before thou beginnest to appear no more, there shall none after thee attain unto thy time, neither unto the half thereof. Then rose the third, and reigned as the other before, and appeared no more also. So when it with all the residue, one after another, as everyone reigned, and then appeared no more, then I beheld, and lo, in process of the time, the feathers that followed stood up upon the right side, that they might rule also. And some of them ruled, but within a while they appeared no more. For some of them were set up, but ruled not. After this I looked, and behold, the 12 feathers appeared no more, nor the 2 little feathers. And there was no more upon the eagle's body, but 3 heads that rested, and 6 little wings. Then saw I also that 2 little feathers divided themselves from the 6th, and remained under the head that was upon the right side, for the 4 continued with their place. And I beheld, and lo, the feathers that were under the wing thought to set up themselves, and to have the rule. And I beheld, and lo, there was one set up, but shortly it appeared no more. And the second was sooner away than the first. And I beheld, and lo, the 2 that remained, though, thought also in themselves to reign. And when they so thought, behold, there awakened one of the heads that were at rest, namely, it that was in the midst, for that was greater than the 2 other heads. And then I saw that the 2 other heads were joined with it. And behold, the head was turned with them that were with it, and did eat up the 2 feathers under the wing that would have reigned. But this head put the whole earth in fear, and bare rule in it over all those that dwell upon the earth. with much oppression, and it had the governance of the world more than all the wings that had been. And after this I beheld, and lo, the head that was in the midst suddenly appeared no more like as the wings. But there remained the two heads, which also in like sort ruled upon the earth and over those that dwelt therein. And I beheld, and lo, the head upon the right side devoured it that was upon the left side. Then I heard a voice which said unto me, Look before thee, and consider the thing that thou seest. And I beheld, and lo, as it was a roaring lion chased out of the wood, and I saw that he sent out a man's voice unto the eagle, and said, Hear thou, I will talk with thee, and the highest shall say unto thee, Art not thou it that remaineth of the four beasts, whom I made to reign in my world, that the end of their times might come through them? Right, and we're in that fourth beast now. And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past, all the other different captivities, all the other different rulers, you know, the Greeks and Alexander, you know, and that first leg of Rome, which died, okay, and it was revived, and that's what you're in now, the second leg of that fourth beast, okay, as it were. Verse 40, and the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past, and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression. And so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit. For the earth hast thou not judged with truth. For thou hast afflicted the meek. Who are the meek? Thou hast hurt the peaceable. Who is that? Who is that talking about? Thou hast loved liars, and destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit, and hast cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm. Okay, therefore is thy wrongful dealing come up unto the highest, and thy pride unto the mighty. The highest also have looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled. So it comes to a point where this fourth beast has to go. Okay, it's already told. 45, and therefore appear no more thou eagle, nor thy horrible wings, nor thy wicked feathers, nor thy malicious heads, nor thy hurtful claws, nor all thy vain body, that all the earth might be refreshed and may return, being delivered from thy violence, and that she may hope for the judgment and mercy of him that made her. Now, who does that sound like? What does it sound like? There's your history. Which reminds me, I'm just going to go this is Amos 9. I'm going to start at verse 8. Salakia, if I'm going on a little bit too long, but this is how it goes sometimes. This is Amos. Now keep it in mind, what we just read out of 2nd Esdras. This is Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in the sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. In that day will I rise up, Salakia, verse 11 again, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David, which is what you're seeing, right? Now, that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom and of all the heathen which are called by my name, saith the Lord Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, that doeth this. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes, him that soweth seed, and the mountain shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. And I will bring again the captivity of my people of Israel, and they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. They shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them. And I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land, which I have given them, saith the Lord Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, thy power. Now, just like earlier this week, you know, I did a video, I think it was just a quick little video, where I showed all of these construction men, okay, pouring concrete and such. And that was just the backside of that portion of the backside of the building, in which they had 3 other sides plus an extension that they were doing. But to say that they, you know, were going to be working for us. Okay, and we just read Amos 9, and we're going to have possession of them when the kingdom comes. When this place is done and the kingdom comes, okay, Lord willing, we're of that number. We get to see everything. You know, we get to go up in the chariots. Okay, we get to come back and do the Lord's bidding for them, right? And start cuffing them up. Okay? But one kingdom is going out, the other kingdom is coming in. It's my point. And it's going to happen because it's already told. It's already done in the spirit. Okay? I had some other scriptures, but you know what? That ought to suffice. That ought to suffice. I said I was going to try to get to a lesson about that, but the Lord didn't will it, so, you know, I just, you know, read that and went into that. Then we're going to take possession of them, man, and we're going to be in the kingdom, and everything is going to be okie dokie for us. Times a million, okay? Maybe I'll go ahead and read it. We out here. Just something that you go back and look at, okay? Because they're going to pay. That wicked eagle is going to pay. Salakia. I hope my battery doesn't run out. If it does, I'm going to post anyway. So, call hello Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Kodesh. Go to Isaiah 51. Yeah, this is Isaiah 51. Isaiah 51, verse 22. Thus saith the Lord Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, and thy power that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thy hand the cup of trembling. And remember, we just read that where he said he was going to sift the house of Israel, right? He's going to get what he's, his elect, okay? And he's going to take that cup away from us, okay? And we're not going to drink of it anymore. Behold, I have taken out of thy hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again. See? But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over. Right? They kicked us in the ass. They made us do whatever they said. You see? But that's coming to an end. This wicked kingdom has got to go. Let's go to, and try to hurry up and get through this. I ain't gonna be laboring. We already over an hour, and I don't want this battery to die on me. I'll get one more, Lord willing, I get to it. Jeremiah 25 and 15. I think that's what I want. I'll start at 13. Jeremiah 25:13, and I will bring upon the land all my words which I have pronounced against it, even all that is written in this book, which Jeremiah hath prophesied against all the nations. For many nations and great kings shall serve themselves of them also, and I will recompense them according to their deeds and according to the works of their own hands. For thus saith the Lord Bahasham, Yahawashi, power of Israel, unto me, take the wine cup of the fury at my hand, and cause all the nations of whom I send thee to drink it. And they shall drink and be moved and be mad because of the sword that I will send among them. Then took I the cup at the Lord's Yahawah Yahawashi's hand, and made all the nations to drink unto whom the Lord Yahawah has sent me, to wit Jerusalem and the cities of Judah and the kings thereof and the princes thereof, to make them a desolation and astonishment and a hissing and a curse, as it is this day. Okay, so on and so on, because it goes all the way down to verse 29. Well, really the whole chapter down to 33, but you can read that in your own time. You get the point, right? So the point is made, Lord willing. Okay, and I'm gonna end right there before this camera quits on me. Hope the lesson was edifying. Didn't intend, hey man, if your feathers are ruffled, no pun intended, that's just the way it is, okay? You'll get over it, one way or another. So I'm gonna give all praise to the Most High, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakadash. Peace to the hopefully elect of Israel, double honor to the apostles, the elders, and brethren, the great millstone, all the like-minded brothers, right, who are preaching the truth all around the earth. I say to you all, shalom, and I'll see you on the next lesson. Shalom.